inside every mind. If you look, you will find there's a child who never grew old, who sings to the trees like nobody can see, with a fire that never went cold. He looks up to the stars and the moon and at Mars and the endless expanse of the sky. Devoid of all doubt, just a question of how to climb up to the heavens and fly. But time is advancing, adrift than a flood. He's adrift while you're stuck on the shore. Sails away to the depths of our brains, and we can't seem to dream anymore. With the passing of days, we get lost in the maze that we built out of habit and fear. The longer we run, the more lost we become as the days disappear into years. When we're sleeping in bed, the child in our head is reminding us how to break out. But the moment we wake, he just up and escapes, and we're back to the fear and the doubt. But the answer's inside us, it never did leave. We just never believed it before. Well, I'm done with the maze for the rest of my days. I'm not wasting my dreams anymore. No, I'm not wasting my dreams anymore. The TV man spoke of death on some coast. I saw the crumbling debris. It dealt me a blow, but I'm thankful to know that it could never happen to me. I am standing on motionless land, a constant under my feet. God, four walls and a roof overhead, it could never happen to me. I feel for the poor folks who wander the streets in search of their daughters and sons. It's sad there are people with nothing to eat, but I'm thankful I'll never be one. I've worked for my family and home. My whole life I fought to be free. No one deserves to be homeless alone, but it could never happen to me. I've lived my life righteous and wise. I've chosen my path carefully. Someone just has to be smiling on high, 'cause it could never No, I'm not without flaws, and I've suffered through loss. I've got problems away on my mind. I've got bills to pay and a son on the way, so I've gotta save every day. These things always happen so far from my door, as if tragedy lives overseas. I wish I could help, but I'm glad for myself that it could never happen to me. It could never happen to me.
Wizualizowało.
No, Jezu, zapraszam.
a leaf, then blew to the ground in a pile at my feet. I picked you up, we fell into place. On the park bench in silence, we spoke with no words. You held me like water to placate your thirst. Your lifeboat, your anchor, and your perfect mistake. The white coat of winter you wore like a veil, thin as a whisper but sharp as a nail. The wind on the river is calling your name in a voice so tame. Be my light, my flickering flame. In the bell tower basement beneath the cold world, the feelings you'd bunched up so gently unfurled. You held me close, I tried to hold on. The next cloudy morning you woke in my arms. I made you some coffee, you showed me your scars, and I knew one day that I'd be your next. The stray light was running, you touched me and said, as young as I was, I felt older back then. Two parallel lines on an infinite plane, trying to cross in vain. Be my light, my flickering flame. That was frozen is slowly beginning to move down the river as it had to be. There's a lake in the country where dreams go to die. It's flooding the banks where it once had been dry. The petrified spirits are finally free. No flame is eternal, it just takes a drip. No life is forever, it's all just a blip. The ashes were carried on down to the drain by the callous rain. Say good night, my flickering flame. moment she spoke that she was destined to be my favorite regret.
Na kolobowym jeszcze jest. Jeszcze urlop do wybrania ma.
And all through the years, the joy and the tears we shared as the greatest of friends. But she was destined to be my favorite regret. Well, each moment we spent, I've been almost content just to talk to her all through the night. But a part of me mourns what will never be born. Forever my favorite regret.
He's gentle and kind and totally blind to not see the life we could lead. And he is destined to be my favorite regret. In bad times and good, I've steadfastly stood. My passion just waits to be freed. But he is destined to be my favorite regret.
Well, I've got more to give, but I'm happy to live in the shadow of what could have been. But a part of me yearns like an ember, it burns. Forever my favorite regret. One day when the stars fade, will the echoes of my love arrive to you above and wake you up at last. Take what I've got, put the rest in a box, addressed to the stars in the sky. And soon, up there with the moon, my favorite regret. Forever my favorite regret.
Patrzcie, fajnie tak nagrać, tak?
I never meant to say I love you. I never meant to lead you on. But sometimes pride can get the best of me and drag the rest of me along. We leave behind the stains of battle. Count the dead and grieve the loss. A civil war without a victor. I never really cared about the loss. If there's a town beyond the sky where they greet you by and by. I will stay down here and hide. No, I will never meet you in the light. I found the door that leads to nothing. I crossed the threshold once or twice, but there was nothing in the nothingness, not just the absence of light. There was a whisper in the shadows.
Jak może na chłopaki
There was writing on the wall, and soon the curtains had been drawn apart.
Ja.
I braced my body for the fall. If there's a town beyond the sky where they greet you by and by, I will stay down here and hide. No, I will never meet you in the light. Please forgive me if I'm broken. It wasn't you who lit the spark. I've glued the pieces back together as many times as I've fallen apart. If there's a town beyond the sunrise, I hope they let you through the door. But me, I'm walking down the darker road. At least I know what lies in store. Leave the fallen and fend for yourself. Cold and broken on the ground. The leaves are falling, they'll cover us all and leave us in the fall alone. One December, when I was so delicate, I remember like today. You surrendered to separate and flee from fate and shatter everything you know. So find another reason to walk away this time. Find another season to shine. 'Cause in the winter, your fingers froze in shabby clothes. Another year in Hollow Grove. The cold machinery was stealing your soul away. You felt the aching in your bones. For golden scenery, the crushing weight would suffocate and drive you from your heavy home. Colorado, you slept like a vagabond, with all the train smoke in your mind. But by Seattle, the ocean came and snuffed your flame, and there was nowhere left to go. So find another reason to walk away this time. Find another season to shine. 'Cause in the winter, your fingers froze in shabby clothes. Another year in Hollow Grove. Oh. To walk away this time. Find another season to shine. 'Cause in the winter, your fingers froze in shabby clothes. Another year in Hollow Grove. Oh.
Robiłem to rano.
The spotlight was burning like a flame. I was a body and a name, and all the rest was gone. Trapped like a hermit in a cage, I left the others on the stage, and still the show went on. Take a bow from the back of the crowd. It's over now. And I now see the world turns without me. My shoulders never bore the heavy burden. I was just another person, and the sun rose before the age of pharaohs. And after I am gone, another dawn will fill the sky with no goodbye. I crave comfort and control, then chase the rabbit down the hole and wonder why I'm lost. I built a palace so serene, then douse it all in gasoline. I light a match and watch, let it burn without an ounce of concern. I never learn. And I now see the world turns without me. My shoulders never bore the heavy burden. I was just another person, and the sun rose before the age of pharaohs. And after I am gone, another dawn will fill the sky with no goodbye. Away from what I'm fearing, but every twist and turn's a new concern that burns my soul. The runners rusted tight and I'm careening through the night. Let it go and take me where it will. The spotlight was burning like a flame. I was a body and a name, and all the rest was gone.